Hi everybody, welcome. Today is the 12th of February and it's Freedom Convoy Day around the globe. I know you Canadian truckers have certainly started a real movement that I think has got great momentum now. And I've just actually come to do a reading. I'm just going to do a channeled reading. We've got a big convoy going on here in Canberra in Australia. So I'm sure today, I know around the globe, New Zealand, there's so many countries that are getting involved in this, and I know America is as well. We're all standing up for the freedoms that are rightly ours, and let's hope, fingers crossed, that we start to get an end to some of these mandates, and some of these things have been pushed upon us for like 2 years, and it's time that the tyranny and the things sort of started to be stopped, I guess, around the globe. So look, today I'm just going to give you a little channeled reading from my guides to you, and we'll just see what messages come through on this day, which is the Freedom Convoy Day all around the globe and around the world. So to everyone out there, have a great day. I'm just going to start my reading and we'll see what comes through. Believe, believe, believe. Now, this is about strength in numbers. Now, I always talk about the things that divided us, because we have been very divided, and we've even been like subdivided as well, and that's what they're always showing me. But now it's like we're reforming. So there's like going to be, I feel like, a new formula moving forward. It's like when you do a maths equation, you put all the digits together and then eventually you end up with an answer. So this is kind of what it is. It's putting all these things together to have that outcome or the answer. It's like a maths equation. Finally, we're going to start to get closer to an answer, which is clearly, obviously, it means like a resolution and an outcome. Obviously, these things can't keep going on forever. And now that people are standing up, it means that other people are finding that courage and that strength to come forward, because they're no longer isolated in their thoughts and their feelings and what's been unheard. And this is really around finding our voices. People are starting to find their voices, because sometimes when we're on our own, we can't be heard. Our voices are very tiny. But when we are together, it creates this energy that suddenly allows the vibration to come up, and it allows people to be heard. And that is what is currently going on this day around the globe. People are finally being heard. They are allowed to speak their truths, and that is the energy that I'm getting for today. And that's something really positive that's going to come out of this. People will no longer feel like they are alone and need to hide away. People are standing up. They're finding that truth from within themselves, and they're believing in themselves as well, because I think that's something that's been squashed a lot over the last couple of years. Is, you know, people often thought, were they going crazy? But they actually weren't going crazy. But in their isolation, as we know, when you isolate people, they become quite crazy and quite mad. And that's why people who are a bit crazy get often put into solitary confinement, which actually makes them more crazy and out of control. So that's kind of what's been happening. The isolation has led people to kind of feel like they are mad, but you're not mad. And I'm here to tell you that in this video. And that's definitely the message. Start to use your voice. And today is that turning point where voices are going to start to be heard. Wow, they're showing me the stream. So the stream is pouring. So they're showing me like the water running, and it's going round rocks, through reeds. It's doing anything it can to kind of get to the ocean. So this is definitely the flow of people, the flow of vehicles, the flow of energy, and people are wanting to join now and meet the ocean. Because they know that's going to be their safe place. So this is happening really rapidly too. This is becoming en masse now. The water is just building and building, and this represents the people and the truths. And this is, I've talked about in my last couple of videos, this is the huge outpouring and the huge wave that is just about to swamp over everybody and make a massive difference in this world, thanks to the Canadian truckers again, because they're the ones that have created this domino effect and made these shifts. That's definitely something I'm getting. This is a massive, massive, I've talked about it before, it's a massive time in history that is going to create change, and it's going to actually start to affect and shake up the governments. There has to be change, because I think the governments actually understand now that if they don't start to change these mandates and the rules and the restrictions, that they're going to have even bigger problem on their hands. It's going to become really unmanageable, because whenever there is like unrest, it becomes a little unpredictable. So the government doesn't, all governments, this is around the globe, they don't want the unpredictability of the masses sort of turning on them. So they'll do whatever they can to try and regain that control. So they still feel like, it's like the puppets, they still feel like they're the ones kind of pulling the strings with people, but it's actually not really that. The people are starting to actually cut the strings of the puppets now and run free. So that's definitely an image I'm getting, is the cutting of the puppet strings. And the people are kind of dropping to the ground, standing up, shaking themselves off, and then they realise they're free. That's definitely a message that I'm getting today. Government is definitely, and Parliament and these kind of things are definitely losing that control that they've had for 2 years. It's definitely, the tide has turned and things are really shifting. I'm getting the message of to behave really well and be very generous in your thoughts and your kindness. This is not about hatred and division, and I talk a lot about resentment and having hatred inside of us. That is not how we fix these things, and that is not how we heal. It is very important to ground yourself, and it is very important to focus on sort of kindness, spreading love. Overall, it's a picture of sort of coming together, uniting, feeling powerful within yourself, and not focusing on other people. This is the important message that keeps coming through to me, is not to focus on what other people are doing. Focus on your strengths and your beliefs and your courage. This is a time of courage, and this is a time of being able to be your true self. I understand how hard this has been for a lot of people out there, and the guides are saying that too, that they understand that the battles we've had to fight have been abnormal. And again, there's been no logic in some of the things that we've had to endure and almost like sacrifice ourselves to the gods, because we've had to kind of hide away. But now it's all being given back to us, and things are changing, and things I believe will be removed going forward. I think realistically everybody knows this can't continue, and that this is the wake-up call that everybody's kind of needing to get out there, but really focus on the kindness, the compassion, loving each other. Give someone a hug today if you're out at these convoys or any sort of protests in the next few weeks. Give people hugs. Spread this sort of, it's like normalness is kind of the word they're saying, but these are things that, 2 years ago, this was all really normal. That was our lives, and then it all got taken away from us, like the rug being pulled from underneath, and we just all fell to the ground and felt almost like we were knocked out, and we've just woken up into a different reality. And that's definitely something that I'm getting. But you can get back there, but it's by going in with that softness and the compassion and having that that caringness for other people as well. Now I'm getting that the Canadian truckers are reaching even more. And this isn't, I don't mean just around the world and around the globe. I mean these truckers are bringing in more and more people who are standing with them. This is a real movement, and I don't think people realise the enormity and the gravity of what is actually happening over there in Ottawa. But there are people coming in droves to support the truckers, because people are starting to see the truth. They are starting to see the interviews. They are starting to hear these truckers talking, and they're very peaceful. They're very sensible people. This is what is currently happening. There is a massive movement going on in Canada, and I feel America is getting behind them as well. America has been fairly quiet for the last couple of weeks, and I think they were just kind of sitting it out a little bit and seeing what was going to happen. But now I think America is going to go, this has just been an overwhelming experience for everybody, hasn't it? And it creates that energy of exhaustion. The Americans are going to really sort of go gun-ho now. I feel like the Americans are going to go, right, that's enough, and we're there behind these Canadian truckers. And that's the energy that I'm really seeing, and I'm really getting this is from everyone, the little people, business owners. You're going to have it all. I feel like over there in Canada, it is happening. So keep going, because the path and the gates are really opening up, and this is a massive movement forward. And they're kind of showing me, I did do a video on Trudeau the other day, that the parameters have broken now. So they're showing me him in the glass house. I talked about that the other day. He had been exposed for the person that he really is. There's no curtains anymore in this glass house. And it's showing me that the walls of the glass house have all fallen to the ground. And he's like sitting there, like completely exposed now. Now, I feel like the right decision is going to be made. Now, this could be around his fellow sort of people in Congress, or I'm not quite sure what you call it over there. It could be Parliament. But I feel like there is a strong movement going on now that is going to stand to Trudeau. I feel he's feeling very, very isolated and very, very vulnerable. And this is something that he's created on his own. Like I said in one of my videos the other day, he thought he had the masses on paper, which he probably did, because I think they're like 95% vaccinated over there. But he forgets that these people were coerced and they were mandated to get the jab. And now he's realising that, hang on, oh my gosh, I had this all wrong, because really probably only 40% of people wanted to get the jab, and the rest are mad at me because I mandated. Now, and this is what's going on. This is what's been sort of growing in the past couple of weeks. People have really questioned things with the truckers. People have started to see things for the truths, and that's why I feel like the walls have fallen down in the glass house now for Trudeau, and he's standing there completely vulnerable. And I'm thinking that he can't run away this time. He's got nowhere left to run anymore. He's done enough running, and now people are calling him out on it, and I think that's going to really be something that's going to be happening this week. And what has actually happened is that, and I feel this is right around the world, people are tired, people are angry, people are scared, people are fearful of their future. And people are seeing this now, that people are starting to break down the little messages that they've been getting given, or the little signs that don't sort of add up. Their gut feelings is starting to tell them now. So that's something that I really want to highlight in this video, is to really listen to your gut feelings and listen to any messages and synchronicities and things that you might be seeing, because they're giving you messages and trying to guide you now. And I think that's what people are really waking up to. Their gut feeling is telling them there's something isn't right. They're smelling a rat. Things just aren't adding up. Why is this still continuing? 2 years of all this, and we're no closer to ending this. Really, they can say we're ending it, but are we really? We don't know when another variant's going to come around the corner. These are all the sort of questions that people are having in their minds now. How come all the people who are vaccinated have got really sick from Omicron, so that didn't work for that? And there's no sort of one size fits all. This isn't sort of nipping it in the bud and everything's just going away, and people are waking up to that. And that's the message I'm really getting, is that people are starting to smell a rat. So look, I hope this helped you today. The day of the big Canada Freedom Convoy that's being connected to all around the world. I know here in Australia, down the road in Canberra, there are thousands of people coming from all over Australia to meet for the Freedom Camp Convoy. Go check out some of the videos on YouTube. They'll be there. I've got many videos on YouTube around Canada, Trudeau. I've got lots of self-help videos as well. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I can help you with feeling isolated, if you're suffering depression or any of these kind of things as well. Hit those like buttons. Don't forget to comment, because I love hearing from you guys. I love the little chats that we have, and it's beautiful to support each other when we're going through such challenging times. So look, please take care, stay well, stay strong, and we've got this. Keep freedom fighting, because there has to be a shift in that energy, and I know that it's coming. Bye.